let's talk about it.
Say you don't like the life I live.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Alright, I'm always on the grind.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Always got money on my mind.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Say you don't like this life of mine.
Wanna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm always on the grind.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, I gotta shine.
Let's talk about it.
Always got money on my mind.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Say you don't like this life of mine.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, I'm always on the grind.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I gotta shine.
Let's talk about it.
Always got money on my mind.
Girl, let's talk about it.
Whoa, what's happening? What's happening, world? We right back at y'all again. Here with a powerful show. We got the king, Mr. Tommy Castle. He is definitely with us in the building today. What's happening? God body. And today, with no further ado, and we're gonna get straight to it. We're gonna keep it real on why the church is falling, and it's their time to take it back to the streets. You know, for all the casual Christians, Christian and when it's comfortable. Yeah, when we actually on frontline battlefield, when we live in life every day, we have to get up and meet it. Are you walking with your religion? Where's the church at? No, this is the question. This is what we're here to talk about today. Where is the church? We hear the Diddy scandals. We hear some preachers being, at the parties, part of the scandals, but we're not really seeing the church being a visible part of what's taking place. Like, and Mr. Castle looked up something very powerful. That you ready to lay it to him, or you want to give it to him?
Yeah. So check it now. When we look at the church, wouldn't you be the church if Jesus was the temple? See, that's what I'm saying about the comfortability of religion. See, it allows you to sit out of the conflict because you believe Jesus is working through it. But what about generational curses? How do you break them if you continue to believe that someone else gonna break them? Okay, now check this. So we was talking about the church. So I went and asked the computer, because that's what I do. And see, I'm saying, if you're going to believe something and take yourself out of it, then how are you the example of what you believe? Like, Jesus is the example of Christianity. But how was he a Christian if you killed him for being him?
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa. I mean, right now in the world, people get glorified a lot. It's been glorified up until now for a lot of the wrong things. Now, them wrong things are coming to light. It's like the veil is being lifted. But how do you continue to kill your prophets?
Because they're not yours. See, if you listen to what Jesus said, he said, if you do this to the least of these. So see, the preachers are not the least of us. They are the most of us. So see, you are looking at it from a different perspective. You're looking at it from a taught perspective instead of a learned perspective. Now, what I'm saying is this, right? So now this Revelations 2, verse 8, right? Now, I'm not a Bible thumper, right? But I'm a legal person, right? Because I'm in court fighting for my rights. And this is my testimony, right? Because I just met this brother for the first time in person. Now, we done talked and all of that. See, but this what we saying about the church, right? See, I don't have to agree with this brother to be this brother shoulder. See, I'm saying, well, if you're doing something positive, you understand what you're doing. All I should do is help you in your positive move. See, but when you're dealing with the church is not conducive to individual growth. It's done with mental conditioning, which, this Revelations 2, verse 8, it say, unto the angel of the church and Smyrna. Right. These things saith the first and the last, which was dead and is alive. See what I'm saying now? We alive, right? But history is dying. That's what he's saying, the church. So if we the church, then the temple is between your ears. Why you think they call it a temple? That's where the mind resides. So if you don't grow your understanding, then you neuter your mind, like you neuter a dog.
Yeah, and definitely let you finish what you're saying here. But I want to keep in mind today here that after COVID took place, see, it might be even illegal to say that, but after this took place, only 24% of the people that was going to church went back. And, you know, it was a deep conversation I had with a brother the other day. And during that conversation, he said he was in church faithfully every Sunday. But during that break, you know, when this illness took place, he said he started looking into other things. He started seeing things that he never had been privy to. So he started learning and building on his knowledge, building on what he was doing. The prophets that you read in the Bibles and in all of these prophetic books, those people lived what they said. They lived it. So it's time for us to be as real as those people realize that we are living. If we are living and we're not dead, then we should be growing every day. So we can't be bound to not tell people the truth when it's hard, to say whatever you possibly can say. I mean, hey, the future is dying because we're not being honest. You know, the future is dying because we're not being honest. Nobody is calling out the church to say, where is the church? You know, this is supposed to be the place where you're supposed to take care of your spirit and help grow your spirit, cultivate your spirit. This is supposed to be a place where we're all helping cultivate each other's spirits, but at the same time, while all the evil is running around, it's nowhere to be found. Somebody just got shot in the face in Holland Hills today. You know, prayers over for that community and all the people there. But we have to get to a place to where we can speak on what's going on, because we're going to do something about it. Not just talk about the wrong without a solution. But continue, Mr. Castle. You was definitely on point. But I just say, like, the reason why the people are not in the church now is because it's time for the church to get back to the street. Somebody gets shot in your community, the church is supposed to be out.
But okay, check this though. What has the church produced?
Man, for years. What has it? What has it produced?
A bunch of confusion, right? If you look at it, every time a truth comes, the church is against it, even when Jesus was me.
Wow.
Right? So that's why the first thing a Christian will say is they did it to Jesus, so they already know. So think about this. If you accept wrong being done to your Lord and Savior, when would you ever do something about the wrong that's happening in your community? You going to church worshiping a murder. So why wouldn't you be afraid of a murderer? They got you thinking that Jesus died for your sin. How ignorant is that? When they got over 2 million Black men and women in prison serving their time. See what I'm saying? So if you don't start understanding that you need a financial investment, but you need a mental example. See, you can't come out of mental confusion without a truth. See, that's why I held on to my truth, because my truth was revealing knowledge to me that I wouldn't have been able to have if I wouldn't have held on to it. See, if I would have sold myself, then I couldn't buy your understanding. Because that's what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to to win your understanding, to open your mind like a book. See, and so now check this. I know thy works and tribulations. So that means the only person who can know that is you. That's all I'm saying. You know your problem. You know that you got to be the solution. Because if anybody save you, they own you. So see, that's why I'm saving you with my knowledge of the crime that was happening against me. So when you help me, we eat. See, but if Christians and Muslims alike don't become saviors, they'll never be a God. Right? How can you look at this scripture and say in your heart you're not a God? So how can you see it from a God's perspective? See, you first got to believe you anything before you be who you believe you are. Because anybody will talk you out of something you don't believe.
I got to rewind you back to something you just said. You said Christians and Muslims alike, if they don't become saviors.
Right.
So you telling me when you go get baptized and all the things that the people said you got to go do and it makes you saved once you accept.
But that's theatrical.
See, yeah, it is very theatrical.
Right. So that ain't real. Like what I did was real love because it was done with sacrifice. See, I need help because I gave help, not because I hurt somebody. See, okay, like if I was a fugitive of the law, I would need you to hide me.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fugitive of the law, so I'm coming out here to educate the people about someone hiding me. So now, if Jesus came back from the grave like I came back from court and I'm being hidden, then Jesus could be hidden. How do you know?
I personally think right now with the way if Jesus Christ reincarnated and came back and walked amongst people right now, I think the majority of people would be too busy. They would ignore that person.
Oh no, they'll think he's crazy.
Yeah, 1000%. He would be considered crazy, a voodoo priest. There would be a word to put that person in a box.
But wouldn't that be the devil though? See, this is what we're saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling my truth, so it's the devil's job to discredit it. So when you look at the fight between good and evil, the only way good and evil can have a fight is it be a debate. See, then the bullet become the evidence.
Yeah, and it's easy to have debates now because to get the live, jumping, to get people where they pay attention. Nowadays, the only thing you got to say is baby oil.
Yeah, but that's
know what I'm saying. And this is real. Well, we have to be real, and to be real, sometimes we're gonna have to go down to people's level. I'm not saying go to their level literally, mentally at all. But sometimes you have to be able to speak the language of the people. I'm just now learning that, like to learn to be common.
I put it like this. This is what I put. I say, I am so shallow, but yet I am so deep.
Yeah.
I am so deep, but yet I am so shallow. See, because when you speak in the ignorance, you have to be shallow enough to understand your audience.
Real.
So that's what I'm talking about. See, like, bro, we can talk about the problem that the person created, the problem created for us to talk about, because that means we dealing with the problem they created. Yeah. See, what I wanted to do was put the pressure back on the person who caused me a problem. See, that's what people don't understand. Pressure busts a pipe, but you a human being. And this is what I'm talking about, right? What is a Muslim? What is a Christian? What kind is that? That's a spirit. That's not a human. Because you could be a Christian one day and a Muslim the next. But you still a human. See what I'm saying? So what I'm asking people to do is stop looking for a God, understand you a creator, right? Because if you a father or a mother, then you created something. So why wouldn't you see yourself as God? A lot of people can't have babies. That's why they adopt kids. See, they love them because they wish that they came from them. But you can have a kid and act like it ain't nothing.
Wow.
Right? Because you're addicted, right? See, that's what I'm saying. Like the devil has made us chase ignorance religious, right? He made us chase spirits and ghosts, and we believe in a God we can't see, but we kill a God that's in the making. Dr. Martin Luther King, Minister Malcolm X, Mr. Fred Hampton. So we have the example of the church, but we have people tell us those were bad examples. But why did the devil kill them if they were bad? See, the devil don't do nothing that benefit nothing but the devil, right? So if they kill the person, or if they attempting to kill the person, that should let you know that the person is causing a problem.
Speaking of that,
Mhm.
there's been 3 attempts on somebody who's running for president this year. 3 attempts on their life so far this year. Is it possible?
But were they attempts or were they state? See, like,
Man,
see, we don't know, right? Because, okay, you telling me a person that'll kill a deer from these people's hunt,
Yeah.
right? They hunt from little age, young ages, and they shot and missed. Come on,
They
man.
they nipped the ear.
Come on, man. You got to be good at shooting the ear. Think about it. You got to be a marksman to shoot and shoot somebody here. Because are you saying that was a mistake? Or was that a message? Or was that staged? And nowadays in America, how do you know? Like, if y'all don't know me, then what do y'all really know?
Yeah.
Now, I know what you don't know because I chose to tell my truth. See now, but check it now. But this was yoga. And then, another thing I want to say about Christians, right? They say, why I read the Bible. And I'm saying, see, you even taking the Bible away from me. That's why I don't understand Christians. See, it's all about them. It ain't about you. It's about what they believe. And once they get you to believe what they believe, they pass the hat around. So aren't they entertainers? Why do they pass the hat around? That's a performance. Now check this though. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience and how thou cannot not bear them which are evil. But if you accept it, your neighbor being shot in the face, then you are against this. And your God knows that you allow that to happen. See, this is what I'm telling us. But if we don't get to the reason why we killing our neighbors, because think about it. So when are we in accordance with the law that we shouldn't covet our neighbor's property, but we'll steal before we heal? Right now, you don't even know who the enemy is. If I see black people, I get scared. And I thought about Miss Harriet Tubman, man, where when she ran off one white man plantation, she got comforted by another white man. It's 16 years and I've been put in mental hospitals and told I'm crazy and told to give my life to this Jesus. But I'm saying I am though. Look what he say. I know thy works. So that means he know what I did in at the post office. He know what I did in court. And he said, if you do this for the least of these, you do it unto me. Now, why the church ain't doing for the babies? They charge you to put your kid in the school, your tithes paid to start. That's double taxation. See what I'm saying? His children or her children don't pay to go to that school. So if the preacher don't pay, why you pay? You pay tithes. Do the preacher pay tithes? Who do the preacher tithes go to if it don't go back to the preacher? So I know thy works and thy labor. Now, I had to learn the law as I have to learn the scripture to then biblically establish my religious testimony that's legal in nature. So that means it all came from me, how that's not divine. Now, but your preacher tell you about a person like me, how he's not or she's not an entertainer.
And that's what we got to start doing. We got to entertain.
Yeah, but we entertain with the truth. See, that's what I'm
doing. There you go.
Look, right, I'm gonna show you. Cannot bear them which are evil, and thou has tried them. See, I tried them because they tried me. See, your preacher know the word. They teaching you around it. I'm teaching it to you. See what I'm saying? See, that's why you blow the mind when you get a mind too much purity. See, when they dummy you down, they make you a dummy. Think about it now. How's somebody gonna dummy something down and make you intelligent? See, give it to me the way it is and let me catch it the way I catch it, and then maybe I can elevate my understanding. But if you dummy it down, now I'm dummied down. Think about what I'm saying.
Basic.
See, so it said has tried. Now this is what I do in my testimony, right? So now I go, because see, y'all thinking that that's tried, like I tried. See, but what y'all fail to realize, this is a testimony. That's why I say it's an Old and a New Testament. So that means that God testified to the evil that was done in his name, not in his presence, in his name. See, y'all getting paid while we slaves. Understand this. We were slaves with a God. Because Mr. Joyner Truth told me when I read the book, Mr. Joyner Truth. Now, she said that the preachers of her time wasn't trustworthy, so she used to let a kid read the Bible to her. See, if y'all start going back and reading our mother's nature, then you will see what our mothers was talking about, see? And when I read about my father's image, who is Mr. Frederick Douglass, right? He told me about religion too. See, he said that the religion, that the people, his slave master he was bad, but when he became a Christian, he became worse. Now, this ain't what I'm telling you. This is what he said. So if we don't read our history, how would we know the minds of our ancestors? See, we tricking, but the next generation ain't gonna know what you had. See, when you say birds and when you got these slangs, see, the next generation gonna think you talking about a bird. See what I'm saying? They ain't gonna know you talk about dope. So see, what are you doing for the mental condition of tomorrow when you making money off of what's killing us today? See, so tried, right? So I go to the Black Law Dictionary, right? And then I'll show you what tried means, right? So that's tried. Now I say to examine judiciously. See, so that's what y'all supposed to do, but the church tell you not to judge. But they judge Jesus. And I'm going to show you now. To examine and resolve. See, so it's to examine and resolve a dispute by means of a trial. Now, if the devil is the only one that uses the court system to try you for your iniquities, right? Then let me show you who you are now. See, this the definition of Satan. Okay, the angel who in Jewish belief is commanded by God to tempt humans to sin, to accuse the sinners, and to carry out God's punishment. Now, is that not your preachers? They got a God, and they telling you about your sins, but they taking your resources. So how can you then save yourself when the man taking your money and then
Bro,
talking down on you? What's that?
that said a lot right there. But I'm talking about not even just about preachers, like in general. Bro, can I see? What was you just reading that?
See, I went to the Black's Law Dictionary, right?
Yeah, what did you just read though?
Oh, I read that from the Webster's Dictionary.
What was that?
Satan.
Say, let me see that. Man, that's wild right there. The angel who in Jewish belief is commanded by God to tempt humans to sin.
To
Wow.
accuse the sinners and to carry out God's punishment.
So Satan is in the Jewish belief is commanded by God to tempt humans to sin. So you talking about literally the TV? Where I was playing a game that it was a shooting game on my phone. It sent a commercial and had girls running and going through a flag, and they booted. They just getting huge. It's getting bigger. All right. So even through games when the kids playing, bro, it's every which way. So you talking about, okay, let me keep reading this though, bro. In Jewish belief, commanded by God to tempt humans to sin, to accuse the sinner and carry out God's punishment. So a lot of times when people get caught for things or arrest, we think that something is carrying out God's punishment. You know, sometimes there are innocent people. I put it like this. We're in a world right now where it's difficult to call people peers because they're registered to vote. End of the day, the way they think is taught. Like, so you don't know law. God's laws do not change. We don't vote on God's law from year to year to create structure to keep human beings in a state of governing that they should be able to govern themselves. Like, we should definitely all be able to link, not worry about somebody stab me in the back, not having your best interest. No, none of that. Like, and if there is a such thing as that, there should be a conversation where one person talks, the other one listens, and list what they saying, and then respond to them. There should always be some type of mediation, even if you need a third party, somebody to bear witness to certain conversations, because sometimes you'll have stuff and you already know down the road with somebody else trying to what they doing. So it's like you have somebody to bear witness because they can't say that you didn't have that conversation. But when you, man, the church, it is so much time for the church to get from in those doors and to get back out here, be involved in the community, because you can't just take from the community. Everything in this world is an energy port where there's a positive and there's a negative. When you pour in, you got to pour back out. You know, you get dirt on the body, you clean it off. You clean it off. We're in a world full of dualities. Everything is dual in nature. So the church is taken. It's proven. You know, we didn't have a lot of churches. People get hit for money. They didn't molest kids. And I'm not saying just if you're a preacher that you have to take on the world sin, but there is a such thing as where
you're supposed to take care of your house.
You're supposed to take care of your house. But it's serious times we in now. AI said we was in Revelations when I said the topic that we was going to do today. Right. They said they went to Revelations. And you was going to speak on what it said in Revelations.
We still speaking on it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Going through it. See, this is what church don't do. See, church go and it dictates to you what the preacher thinks. See, when you come to me, I'm telling you what the Bible say, what the law say, what the definition of the law. See, I'm going through the Bible and I'm showing you that it's a legal document, but they teaching you it's about the Jesus, and I'm saying it's about the devil. See, okay, Jesus, the Bible say that Jesus, the devil took Jesus into the holy temple, and I was talking to you about that today.
Yeah.
Now, how could the devil enter into something holy? Right there, that let you know that the church is an illusion. See what I'm saying? See, he can't enter into my mind unless he poison me. See, that's what I'm saying. So he has to dummy the people down around me Cause then he gonna make them fear. See, that's the rumor of wars. See what I'm saying? See, the Bible telling you. So now check this. So I done broke that down. So see, did now see, you should see this, and thou has tried them. So see, that could be me, you, K-Key, it could be anyone out here in this audience. If you allow your God to give you courage to speak about the evil that's around you, then you become the image of your God, whether it's male or female. That's in Genesis 1. See? So these, but hey, look, watch what they tell you. And thou has tried them, which say that they are apostles. See, I ain't saying I'm no apostle. I'm saying I'm an innocent man that loves his people. And if I didn't do the work, then I couldn't speak that. I couldn't say it. I have to say Jesus loved you. I couldn't say I love you because I didn't do the work Jesus did. Now I can say we love you. Jesus loved you as I do. See, I can say Dr. Martin Luther King loved us as I love you. See, but you can't say that by me because you don't even know me. See what I'm saying? But I know you exist. But check this. And are not, see what I'm saying? And has found them liars. See what I'm saying? So now, how can you be right if you teaching a translation of a language that some of the letters that you have don't even exist in that knowledge? So right there, you're a blasphemer. Look. And has borne, so that means you gave life to your understanding of the Bible, and has patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. See, so now, if you want to talk about the COVID, the hospitals was open, but God's house was closed. Now, who had the healing hands? It wasn't the doctors. Are you telling me that Jesus, who took the evil spirit out of the young man and put it in the pigs, couldn't deal with COVID? But the doctors, normal people, human beings, faced COVID. And now y'all won't even listen to them, but you'll still listen to the preacher who closed his doors on you and went online and still asked for your money. And you had to pay your light bill to listen to him on the internet. You had to pay your phone bill and everything, and he still asked you for your money. Now, why he didn't pray to God to pay your bills? He didn't pay his, he still asking you for money. But y'all, I paid the lawsuit. I lived a life that defended the lawsuit. I'm the man that doing it all, but y'all say I don't deserve nothing. See? And has borne and has patience for my name's sake and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee. Come on, he's still against you. That got to be the priest. Because you labored, but what did you do? You took money. When did Jesus pass a hat? Oh, and you know what I want to tell y'all too? About when Peter told Jesus to pay tithes, and he say, do the king's children pay? I'm gonna show y'all that now.
Ain't not a king's children.
No, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Because but what you want to talk about, man? I took the show over.
Oh no, God, buddy, you good. Now, and I did want to say this though. For the good preachers that is out there in the world, like to be on the topic, this is the real. For the good preachers that are out there in the world, they do exist. If there are, I'm pretty sure there's some out there. I know someone went to school. They got good intentions. But yeah, when we keep it the real, when we speaking the real on why the church is, the church, like I said, was only 24% of the people that was going to church went back. So what could the church do to reverse that other than go get people? Like literally go do something about the community and the surroundings around you. Get up and start doing something and be involved. Throw little things where you, like you say, giving to the kids, where something at the playground or at the park where the kids
But
The church have to get back out into the street. They have to create
they need
events.
to invest in them kids just like they invested in the church. Look how beautiful these churches are. Well, isn't that the same thing Jesus said? Look at these beautiful buildings. See you investing in the building, not in the child. So what you need to do is what fathers do every day. Fathers invest in their household. So if the church is doing business and it's doing its father's business, why is his children starving? So what you need to do is what Joseph told Pharaoh. You need to get back out here and do some agriculture so your children can eat. If you don't grow the food, who gonna grow it? See, you can't ask a man to feed you when you was given seeds on the third day. Huh? See, y'all ain't doing about that Bible, man. But see, me, my children, my wife ain't want for nothing. Cause I made sure that they had what they needed. Now they wants, they had to do something. They had to show me that they deserve extra. But see, they came into this world and they didn't ask me. Daddy, help me be born. See, I did what it do to get a baby. So now I gotta provide for that baby, but I gotta put that baby in a position to provide for itself.
God, boy.
And that's what church is supposed to do. See, but
and more men need to be doing that too. While we speaking on that, I'm happy you spoke on that, because more men need to have responsibility like that. Like, I did what it takes to make a baby, so I'm gonna be there. And women need to start letting men do. There's a lot that's not taking place that the church is not having an influence on families no more. It's the reason why people have backed up, but there is something the church, like, I know a lady that's gonna have a play at a church in November, and I want to bring my organization and shout out to anybody that's out there in the Dallas, Texas Metroplex. Make sure y'all link up with us at Sankofa this Sunday. We having man, it's going to be the business meeting of the world as far as connecting, because you have so many people that drive Uber or Lyft, but they think they have their own business. Because they work for themselves. I mean, it's great that you're able to keep money in your pockets, but we talking about business, being that spark where you're able to stay busy to a point where you're connecting with other people, where it automatically ends up beneficial for everybody. You know, where you pouring your soul into something with like-minded people, and you actually creating a spark that gives the surroundings around you more. There's an energy. We don't have to work. You know, all this stuff breaks down to a certain science. And when I say science, I say, like, we're all born a certain way. We just like little magnets. We'll be at the right place at the right time. This universe has a crazy way of just lining things up to perfection. Now, when you're going through it, it doesn't feel like perfection. It feels like, damn, why am I going through all this? But then when you see God pull you through all of these different things to get to somewhere that's perfect, once we all start seeing that, we really will live in heaven. Because, you know, I when I was young, I have to speak on this, because I think when we're in the church, we don't really speak on ourselves. But I would be somebody that I wouldn't want people to say, you KTO proper talking, mom, this or this or that. Like, depending on where you grow up in our neighborhoods, you have to, man, you got to definitely, and I think it's worse for the youngsters, because they have to be willing to dang their crash out to prove that they'll do some of them, man. It's like, we don't understand how things got to this, but the only thing I'm saying is this, is from a spiritual and physical, balancing out the scales. Once we're able to speak on our life exactly the way it happens, then the Bible, the church, everything that we think will start to line up. But as long as we continue to lie and deceive and, like, live things like it's make-believe, like, we know in stories in the Bible that it's true. We know that I've never seen nobody get swallowed by a whale and get out the whale's stomach. I haven't seen that happen. Have I seen a virgin make a baby? Do I believe that Adam and Eve was the first human beings? It's like, we ask ourselves certain things, but then we won't allow our common sense to kick in. And I think that's what's breaking the church. It's the reason why the church has fallen in this day and age. We're in the age of the Aquarius. Like, we're in an age where our knowledge, everything is coming back in, but we're going to have to go, man, we're going to have to go through a lot to get there to really see. Let me get back with you, Miss Cap. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I like everything you're saying. That's why I ain't saying nothing. But see is like when we get a point. But anyway, like you were saying about things in the Bible, but you know that they were parables. See, they didn't have freedom of speech like we got. They'd have killed them.
Yeah.
Because it's like you were talking against Caesar. See what I'm saying? Like Caesar and Pharaoh, they were gods. See that, and like Dr. Martin Luther King, Minister Malcolm X, Mr. Fred Hampton, those are gods, but we don't want to give them their proper titles. See what I'm saying? Because you looking at God as this person you can't see, but you feel Dr. Martin Luther King. That's what I did. When them people fired me at the post office, I saw what Dr. Martin Luther King did for me. So then I became real, not a parable. Look, this is what I'm saying. See, this is why when you read my books, it's a lesson. See, okay, like parable, a usually short, fictitious. Now let's break down what fictitious is. Of relating to or characteristics of fiction. See what I'm saying? So the Bible is fiction hiding reality. See what I'm saying? Like they gotta talk just like you do with the birds and your music, and you use your lingo. You see what I'm saying? So you can talk around people, but the people who know what you're talking about. That's what they were doing. See, that's why they say those who hear my voice know what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? Like if you in the fight, you see what they talking about. But if you blinded by reality, then you become what they talking about. See what I'm saying? So no. So that's why we living in this fake reality and we killing to get out of it. See what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's what happened.
Damn.
See?
Literally.
Yeah, we dying to get out of the fakeness that we're being taught about. Now, I want to go back to what you were saying about the church. But look, you got to go to the beginning of it for Black people. And see, that's when it sounds like you're racist, but I'm just showing you something, right? Genesis, the definition of it. See, because we wasn't educated, right? So we should then use the legend when you read the map. You see what I'm saying? Like if you know by school, you know that 1 inch on a map can tell you a mile or whatever. You got to learn what that inch means because it tells you and you scale it. You see what I'm saying? So now we got to go back to the genesis of our introduction to church, right? So it's the origin or the coming into being of something. So how we became religious, we couldn't read nor write. So in the beginning of our Genesis, we was already ignorant. Look, now that don't mean you're dumb now. Ignorant.
Sure.
See, once you understand your problem, then it's easy to stop being your problem. Then you see who trying to give you a problem. Look, destitute of knowledge or education. So at the beginning, you gave me a book, but you denied me the right to read it. So that means you had to tell me what to tell my people. That's why we ignorant. At the beginning, we was made ignorant. At the end, it's revealing the ignorance that started at the beginning. See what I'm saying? Genesis, right? Now we in Revelations, right? See the beginning and the end. See, but see, if you keep holding on to ignorance, you're going to go back to the beginning. You ain't going to be able to read, write, or understand. See what I'm saying? But look, an act of revealing or communicating divine truth. See what I'm saying? Now, this is the people, this is the map. This is them saying what their revelations is. How is it our revelations when we couldn't read at the genesis of it? We couldn't read. So how you gonna tell me that a God is mine that I couldn't read at the beginning? At the beginning, I couldn't read. So how can I love something I don't even know? But y'all hate me when I'm reading for us. See, I'm Mr. Frederick Douglass in the time of slavery. See, I'm leaving knowledgeable breadcrumbs for ignorant people. See, but what's gonna happen is one day a baby gonna eat and then spread the gospel. So I gotta do my part. See, I gotta do these things because I gotta put this knowledge around that child. So when that child start eating, it's gonna be good food. See what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to see the difference between a lie and the truth. So now check this. Remember, therefore, from hence thou art fallen. See, that what you were just saying. Now, he told me what we were going to talk on. I went and asked the AI and it talked. See, so it's telling you that the church was going to fall in the Revelations. So why would you hold up something that the Bible done already condemned? So see, you being condemned too. See, this is the day of judgment, whether you want to accept it or not, but you can't undone what's done. It's already done. And then y'all say when your God comes, but look, I did, man. See that? Okay, look, and repent. See, that's what you're not doing. See, you keep lying instead of repenting as if your God don't know your works. See what I'm saying? And so now it says here, because thou hast left thy first love. Wait, no. Look, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou have left thy first love. See? So y'all say y'all God not jealous. Come on, man. That man say, look what he doing here. See, you left him. Just like you left me, just like you left Dr. Martin Luther King, Minister Malcolm X, and now where did you lead us? You killed those people. Like even with Tupac, look at that conscious, right? The man was telling us things in the music. We kill him, now, booty everywhere. See, now, what you getting out of it? See, you just entertaining, not educating.
Yeah.
And as long as we stop educating each other, then it's easy to then miseducate us. See, because then you put it in the music. Then the child starts showing their body instead of covering it. See, now they start selling sex as a child. Now love become lust. You better wake up and understand. Because if not, you creating something that's gonna get out of control.
And that's the part that you just said. That is the part where I'm saying, in order to get that message across people that have been at the point where they can't read, you almost have to. It's like you're right though. When you say we in the days of judgment, that is real. You see it happening with the P. Diddy's, I'm not just talking about P. Diddy's, because I'm not one just to talk and speak and just say it's P. Diddy. But it's like, man, like this year has been like a judgmental year. A lot in my life, just the signs that I've seen this year, man, it's like something within some people's heart. It is just, no matter what they go through, it's something just like a float that keep them straight. But it's like you do got to repent, and you got to kind of mean it now. Like, it's like you used to do something wrong, and you'll see the people that's doing wrong still come up for so long. But now, man, it's like something happening. If it's something in your spirit saying, don't do that, or something saying, go ahead and do that. Like, go. It's something behind the spirit now that's saying, take things serious in the right way, and I'm going to give you everything. But if you continue to do certain things that look wrong, man, like it's a certain kind of way. Like it's definitely a spirit that shows that and says that.
But check this now, on what you were saying in this same scripture, Revelations 2, verse 5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent. So that means you gonna know when you fail, so you know what you sorry for. See, now you can't put that on Jesus. See, that's what I don't really care for when I talk about Christians. See, they say Jesus is working, but they watching. So if Jesus was working when he was on in flesh and blood, why you watching? You supposed to be a doer. You're not supposed to be watching. Jesus didn't create you to watch. He created you to be in his image, right? You're supposed to be taking the spirits out of us, putting it in the pigs. You're supposed to be giving us sight, but you blinding us. But look at it. I did what I'm saying. Remember therefore which thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. See, I came out of nowhere and judged you, man. Then you start putting me in a mental hospital, see? And now you done slandered me and you done made all this history up and I'm just destroying it. See, because every time I make an appearance, you gotta lie some more. See what I'm saying? But see, that's Satan now. Well, don't look at it. So your first works is like the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priests, the high priests, the scribes, and the elders. That's your first work. Look, now check it now. This is what he's saying. Now, this ain't what I'm saying. This what get me mad with the Christians. When you use the Bible, they get mad with you, but they use the Bible to take all your money. Say, come on, man. Come on now. If you can use the Bible, I can use it too. So now, so it said, remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen. So that you're supposed to remember that the high priest Caiaphas is who killed your Lord and Savior. See, the America is who killed Dr. Martin Luther King. It was just a citizen that carried out the act, but America itself created the atmosphere. See, that's called aiding and abetting. See, when you, and it's called conspiracy because America benefited off of the deaths. See, but what happens when America now get charged for what its citizens do? Wouldn't that be God judging America because its citizens committed a crime? See, look now. And repent. So all America supposed to repent, but you keep lying. Right? And it say, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place. That means take your light. Hold on now. Let me show you what light means now. See, so you gotta decipher it, right? To discern it. See, like the Christians talk about discernment without deciphering. See, you gotta. How can you discern something you don't even get to the root of it? So look, a holder with a socket for a candle. Understand? So that would be a throne, right? That's where the king, who is supposed to be the dominant, right, the leader. So the candle would be a light, right? So now, candle. Okay, now let's see. See, because you can see what they're talking about here. To examine by holding between the eyes and a light. That's a candle. So that means you got to examine it. You got to look at it. Now, how can, if you are taught to believe in a God you can't see, how can you examine? How can you examine something you can't define? So you have to go to the word. If you're going to examine it, then you define it, then you give it a definition. See what I'm saying? So if you as a preacher don't start defining the devil that you defeat daily, then there would be no ledger to let the next generation know that the devil was defeated. See, so if the preacher is afraid to tell a truth, how is the preacher telling the truth?
I got a download too while you were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You can't observe something and find out what God is.
But you will be God to me. Now you
no, and what you're saying is true. It lined up because when you were speaking, what I thought of is an umbilical cord being in a woman, and that umbilical cord
feeding that baby.
It's feeding a child. Right. So technically, when a woman gets pregnant, the umbilical cord is the first thing to develop because that's what
connection.
That connection, because it's what plugs the baby up. It's like,
so the mind would be for the father what the womb is for the mother.
exact same thing. And it's so once you start thinking of these things mentally like that, you can step back, look, and
and see
observe what God
what God needs. No,
No, I'm gonna say what God is because it is. If a dog is a dog,
right?
when that dog has children, those children are dogs.
Exactly.
So if you say we're in the image of God,
Then
and,
you will
and God
see
had
yourself.
children, and they say openly, we're children of God.
So you would become the God. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and no, and it's like that. And I think that in this world, the moment we realize every last one of us are perfect.
We're perfectly us.
We are perfectly us. We are uniquely us. We'll be okay with being us because right now there's an energy to have the children, everybody to be uniform. The lunch they eat at schools look just like the lunch they eat at prison. The buses are very similar. It's like making people factories, and we can't even visit the wonders of the earth. We everything we think about the planet we on is really being taught or told, and it's even being made where you can't think outside of those boundaries. Like your mind
made to think.
You've been made to think that.
So that means it should be easy to get somebody to see outside of a box that they didn't create. Like, say if I lie to you, right?
Yeah.
I'm lying to you for a reason, to get something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if I tell you the truth,
Yeah,
why am I telling you the truth? It's a reason.
yeah, because
So that would be real love, though, right? Because I would have to love you before I told you. But the lie, I know you in line. Way to love.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, real talk.
So you would be God.
Yeah.
When you see what I saw, then you do what I did, then you will see yourself as I see myself.
No, it's real.
See what I mean? So
it's real.
We can talk about what's happening, but until you do something about it, you just talking about what's happening. So that means somebody else making what's happening happen.
And while whatever's making it happen, God body, I appreciate you being here right now today. You know, and y'all make sure y'all tap in. Like we do have the
I got mine.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm part of the tribe.
God, hey, we deaf man, perfect words. Tribe. And we got a huge tribe.
Yeah,
and God body, and it's God body, because if God has a body, I might be the fingers. Tommy might be the arm. Somebody else might be the ears. Somebody else might be the lips. Somebody else might be the tongue, the vocal cord. Whatever it is, it still takes us coming together to be a body. Like, so we got to get to where we can be on one accord, one wavelength. We can't be looking for reasons. In 2024, we cannot be looking for reasons as to not deal with people. Like, I'm a Christian, you're a Muslim. And this year, things is too real. We can't afford to have these things block us as a people, period, from rising to the occasion. Because things will only get worse till we visualize them being better. And it is a we effort. If your environment, I thought about this. Shout out Charleston White, because he's in jail right now, but Brudden said a whole lot. Charleston White has said so much about people that's negative. He done did a lot of stuff, but the moment he talked about harming an animal, it's like, hey man, this person is you hurt something that's defenseless. This animal cannot defend itself, so now you need to be here. But when the thing that makes people think, though, if it's bad to harm animals, why is it that we eat 3.6 million chickens a day? This amount of chickens is being slaughtered a day when our teeth are straight. And I'm not, and then here goes the thing. It's difficult to even speak truth because the truth might offend. It might offend, and you just being real. But this is why we speaking on the church today, because the church is the main place where they shouldn't care who they offend, because the preachers when the preacher gives you his sermon, on Sunday. He's up on the pulpit. So on that pulpit, he's looking down at the congregation. So the congregation automatically having to look up to the preacher. He is automatically in a state of power mentally over you from Jump Street. Like if your husband stood over on a pedestal, every time he talked to his wife, you would never hear the wife, because she would never talk to her pastor like that. But these are the mental things that we have been trained that it's time for us just to stop, not get emotionally connected to, but just throw a sharp eye to what happens and how we live life. It'll make us start living, loving, and respecting people a different type of way. There's been years that I've known bro right here now, and whatever brought him here in the universe, at this point, I think this was the perfect time. This was the perfect time. And we caught hell to even bring you this live today. Trust me. Trust me. Like we caught work even trying to get here. So realizing that through every good thing you try to do, there's going to be inertia. There's going to be something to go against to try to make sure you shouldn't do the very great things that you should be doing. But the Satan, whatever they call it, the things that throw you to temptation will make it easy. It's easy to get in trouble. It's difficult to get out of, but it's very difficult to have patience. It's very difficult to see things through, to continue to be a stable person, to not have any vices. Most people have some type of vice somewhere, and those are normally the things that's stopping them from getting to that. We got to learn to love and let go, just like let go. And the reason why the church has fallen and probably will fall is because it won't let go. It won't let go of all those old ways. The old ways said, hey, people spiritually, they probably not ready for the truth. So we ain't gonna give it to them. We just gonna tell them what, the seminary school told me to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna give them the downloads that we get as human beings. We want to connect as people. Like when we read the Bible, how did it make you feel? Like, because we walk in the same stories that the people in the Bible walk. We just not writing ours down no more. They used to write their life down every day. There's people that left in tombs where they wrote their life down. To King Tut, the Hamas that they talk about, every day of his life was documented. That they can give the stories of Jesus because a lot of these people, somebody was around documenting their life. Meanwhile, the stories that we live in today are just leaving. The only people who get remembered is the people who, hey, how many bodies you have under your belt? You know what I'm saying? Like, what mischief did you do while you was here? The good people do not get remembered. I don't remember the last time we talked about, besides Tupac, let me not say that. There have been great people. We got to start uplifting the super people. We got to start uplifting their names, and we got to help the ones that's rising right now. Like, man, so I'm telling you, it's so many people getting exposed, like it's being pedophiles. It's so much stuff. The people that people look up to, they've been exposed to. They didn't have wrinkles, dents in their armor for the longest, but they just been getting to make it. Meanwhile, the people that has the best heart, that's genuinely really trying, they've been having to go through the most just to even get to people, just to even actually be at a place where they can speak and just spread that love and say, hey, we here. It's time. It's time for all of us to be doing something better, like united. And by the way, too, just to speak on that, we're gonna say the final thoughts on the real, but I will be doing a whole breakdown later this evening over the P. Diddy, the hurricane that just hit Florida, the times that we in right now revealing itself in general. You almost have to use the P. Diddy stuff just to get attention from the world, just to let y'all know things is real. There's an election taking place in less than a month. And, if you are a religious person, then is God more? I've seen so many people even go to war over who? Trump. or Kamala? Red or blue? Which one do I choose? I have seen people literally about ready to go to war here recently. If somebody says that they're voting for Trump, I have seen people on the other side that's voting for, man, I have seen them go to war. Now, maybe it happens on vice versa on both ends. But what I'm saying is, if you believe in God, which the only part of that is you don't believe in yourself, that I think that is missing. If you don't believe in yourself, then you're giving your power to all these different things, you're going to always be like a train wreck. And the church should definitely be teaching that. And for the people that's not getting it, if the church doesn't want to completely fall, it's time to get out here and have an effect on the communities again.
Yeah, but didn't Jesus say not one stone will be left standing upon another that won't be cast down? So the church been already prophesied to condemn, right? But see, like I'm saying, why would you hold up something that didn't hold you up? Like our ancestors built the church. The preachers just got ancestors. So now why wouldn't we as beautiful as the church? You know, I seen, like when you see liquor stores, you see its creation, right? You see alcoholics. When you see drug houses, you see its creation. You see drug addicts. Way to good people. Churches everywhere. You can't bump into a good person. You find, right? Because everybody got a motive. See, that's why when I was in court and I was deciding to become me, right? Because I always was me. But I had a decision, like my man was saying, right? When the devil came against me, I could either let the devil tell my story or I could tell. See what I'm saying? Because once the devil was in my life, the devil was in my life. So ain't nothing I could do other than tell people about the devil in my life. See, now that's when the Bible says I'm supposed to have been saved by the blood of the lamb, whether it was the lamb that Moses did on the Passover or Jesus, because my testimony was supposed to save me. But see, when your preacher is cut from the cloth of the high priest Caiaphas, the Pharisees, the chief priest, the high priest, the scribes, and the elders, then he must sacrifice for his place and nation, because he's been lying from the beginning. So if a person is lying, when can they accept the truth if they lied at the beginning? So don't hold something that's already been prophesied to fall. That's why your investment has bankrupted you. See, if you think about it, right, when the Israelites was at the base of Mount Sinai, this according to scripture, they had took all of their gold. Pharaoh had paid them. Pharaoh gave them all the gold, everything after the Passover. But they said that Moses went up to the top of Mount Sinai and he was gone so long that they wanted to build something to worship. That's where your churches came from. They are an altar. They are a golden calf. See what I'm saying? They just changed it so you wouldn't be able to recognize it. But what did the Bible say? You're not supposed to build nothing below, above the sea by the hands of man. See, what the church made by hands of man. So see, you got to stop acting like you don't understand, or you got to stop not understanding because you're not acting. But either way, you creating, because, okay, if words are binding things and you lying in the name of Jesus, then wouldn't you be binding Jesus up?
I would think so.
Because when he come in his true likeness, you done lied all around him. So if that's what I was saying to my friends and my family, right? I was saving us with my truth, and you saved us with your lie. But look, let me get back to this here. So now, hey, this pronunciation, so, but this thou has, that thou hatest the deeds of the
Nicolaitans. Nicolations.
But that, see that Nick me, and then you the LAI, see, but so I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
man, hey, I let y'all say that. See? So hey, I'll be in church saying, hey, say that, brother. Maybe stop.
Exactly.
Okay, look. So it say, which I also hate. So that means that he hated too. See what I'm saying? Now they say God never hated, but in Revelations, he say I hated him too. Now, but check this. He that has an ear. Now, this remember we was just talking about it, that if you one of mine, if you know my people, you hear my voice. Look, this what he said. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the church. So that means you supposed to then see through your own understanding, your life, what the devil is doing, and then you supposed to become God. You're supposed to become. If you're a female, you're supposed to become the female image of God. And if you're a man, you're supposed to become the male image of God. If you from Genesis 3. I mean 1. Now, if you from Genesis 3, you will take the money, leave the people ignorant, and make yourself a false God. See, because the money is why the people love you. See, the people that love me for the love I gave to them. See, it ain't about money, it's about the love. And see, you preachers don't have an action, you have a story, and the story you're not in. See, you're not in the story. See? So now check this. To him that overcometh. See? So now that means it can't be a woman. See? Because it say to him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life. See, so now that's like I say, I've been knowing KK for a minute, but I finally made it here. I'm still living. After all I've been through, I'm tasting the tree of life. But the Christian and the Muslim alike is taking the life tree and the fruits of my labor away. But look what it says in Revelations 2. That's what I'm telling y'all. We in Revelations. I know thy works. So all you preachers, I know you didn't help me. And I know you're not helping my children. But what you gonna do when my children find out that I helped them just like Jesus said I would, and you denied them of the love? But you steady taking the money now. But yet, I gotta drive a box truck across the world to see my brother. See? But where your God at though? Because you wouldn't let your preacher do it. Creflo Dollar wouldn't do it. TD Jakes wouldn't do it. Because y'all wouldn't allow. But I know thy works and thy labor. See, you laboring for a person that is not doing the work of a God. That's why you are in the situation you're in. Because didn't the Lord say, Jesus say, if you the blind leading the blind and lead you both into a ditch? So now, where you light at? If you was following your preacher like Miss Harriet Tubman was following the North Star, why you didn't make it to Canada? Why you didn't make it to an abolitionist state? Why you still in a slave state? So obviously the star you was following wasn't the North Star. See, Miss Harriet Tubman told us the North Star lead us north. What you doing in the bottom? What you doing in the pit? With all that preaching and all that teaching, and the people can't even come to court. Where the last place you took Jesus. So now, if everything is in reverse, and I had to go to court in order to summon my people, and now the black church won't allow my people to know that I summoned them, then what God is the black preacher telling y'all about y'all gonna meet once you dead? Now, how then do he or she know what's gonna happen when they die, they live? That's a lie, right? How you gonna know? I'm gonna be dead. Whoever called back and say, hey, the preacher lying. When somebody said that? But now the preacher's selling you death and go get into a Bentley or a Mercedes and live in a mansion. And then, but now they say, in my father's house, there are many mansions. But in the hoods, there are many projects. In all of these cities, It's projects for us, mansions for them. So we should ask what God got you in a mansion and got me in the projects, right?
For real.
Right. I'm saying, well, why our God only bless you when he gonna bless the bottom like he blessed the top? See, when do we get to eat from the tree of life? When do we stop struggling through life? Because we in the forbidden fruit. See, we in the forbidden tree that Adam then left us in. That's why we kill to eat. See, we haven't become human. We lost our humanity. See, we kill to fulfill the urge. So when did God make you addicted to something? If you're addicted to something, how that's God when God is love? See, you shouldn't be craving over anything other than the truth.
Man, hey, that's deep, bro. That's deep right there.
What?
Bro, I'm talking about the way sex is pushed out to the world, murder, lust, food, gluttony. Everywhere you go is something trying to say you eat this, come get this. But then you see the food, majority of it's biogenetically engineered on the bag. Ain't nothing growing naturally. So when you say that, man, you be like, nothing that love you would have you addicted to anything. But you like, bro, people be feeling like, man, shit, I gotta go get me something. Like, you know,
Because you're addicted to it. See, love allows you to speak and wait because it's true. See, if I'm lying, I need you right now because
Yeah.
I can't let you get away.
Yeah.
See, but if I love you, I give you a thought and let you marinate them.
Hey, real talk.
Because then you going to come back for another thought.
To y'all, take that game with y'all. Make sure you take that game with you. Love will let you make. If somebody trying to rush you into something, it's because they want something from you. Hey, take that game that he just dropped right there. That shit is wicked. But love will let it marinate. It'll let you see what it's supposed to be. It'll let you see what it's supposed to be.
So you leave it never leave you.
Yeah, it'll
See,
trust.
my love, like I wrote in one of my books, I say my love is like a river. See what I'm saying? See, you can try to cut it off, but water would create a way. If it keep going, it's gonna cut a path. Water is the strongest substance known to man, and you can put it in a cup, but you can't put it all like the ocean will swallow you up, but you can go dip it. But if you put it in a body, it'll drown you. So when you have a substance like that, that's what love is. It drowns you. That's why it can't do nothing but tell you it exists, because you have to accept it or it's not love. See, if I force you to love me, then it's not love because I forced you. But if I show you love, then you're going to see the love I showed you, and then you're going to know that it's different from any feeling you ever had because it's love. See what I'm saying? So that's why you have to look into the eyes of the devil to see that the devil have eyes.
And God mad too, bro. I had to say that because that shit is on my spirit big time, bro. Like, God is mad because the majority of us have turned our back on anything that we feel, any type inclination. We have totally went into the place to where our addictions, the things that we addicted to and want to do, has become. We have silenced God. The voice that's telling us everything right, we didn't silence that for what we addicted to. And this is the majority of everybody know what we're self-accountability. And I start with me when I be speaking, like literally. We have silenced that voice and only wanted to do what we addicted. I like Coke, Sprite. I'm vegetarian, by the way. I ain't ate, I try to get well water. I try to do the best I can with health nowadays. But I was not brought up that way at all. And I think that's what we all have to do to elevate in this world. We got to realize what works for you, what don't work for you. And the moment you see something is not working for you, like, man, don't be afraid to let it go. Like, all of the hustlers I know, they got jobs. They got jobs now. It's time to get our business. Man, And when I say us, do not mistake that. Like, I wear these camouflage shirts, I'd probably be looking at people like, man, he's on something. I done seen a lot of people think I'm Hebrew Israelite, just other different ways, because that's what people see when they see me. But however which way, I connect with all of that. I don't look at the disconnection. I look at where I can connect. Like, so if you're a Christian, I read what the Christians read. If you're a Muslim, I read what the Muslims read. If you practice Egyptian spiritual cultivation, I read what the people from Kemet read. You know, if you're whatever you are, Catholic, it doesn't matter. I see what's similar because it's all a different angle. And we got to realize it's all part of God's body. Like, and God is mad because we done turned our back on God. Tom, I appreciate you saying that shit earlier, for real. Like, yeah, we have turned our backs a different type of way, and it's time for us. I'm at the point where I'm starting to know this will be the last time you really hear me say I'm changing that to a we, because a we energy, when you're not just trying to take care of your home, we allows you the energy to where you don't just go out of town, you're able to take a lot of people out of town. It is crazy the manifestations of just what we speak, how real it is. And man, we have put a line in between a lot of us with the reason why the church is falling now is because it has created a wedge amongst people that are brothers, sisters, there's been wedges created, and it's time for us to go back into the streets. And when something like the hurricane happens, nobody cares what religion nobody is no more. You know, when little kids are running, you don't want them to drown. You're gonna put them in your car, the family in the car. You don't care what religion they claiming today. You know, and I think we're at the times in life where, yeah, somebody like at my brother's age, he done put in enough in this world where he shouldn't be having to drive a box truck all the way across the world. Like, it is in a world where they have raised, they dang near done raised Social Security up to 70 years old, just about 67. I think they working on something where it's over 70 though, right now. So it's basically saying, you know, we live in, so to realize there is nothing, we're in a system that there's nothing left there for you. The only thing it left is for you to do something and then to turn around and make you a criminal for whatever you're doing. For whatever you do. Like, you know, it used to be a place in time somewhere where there was only 2 crimes that existed. God's law. And in God's law, if you don't damage a person or damage their property, you didn't technically commit a crime. But now you can run a stop sign, it's criminal. You talking about you could be going 70 where the sign says 65, somebody else say it says 72, and you're a criminal now. You know, we have to get to a point to where we start critically thinking again, because people are in jail for danger or doing something to an animal, but we practice eating animals. How cruel could it be in the world, these factories that are killing animals that we're eating, even though we have natural things to show that we actually naturally vegetarian? That would be the best thing for our bodies. However, we've been trained to be a certain way, and then beyond what we're trained to be, the effect that it's having on the world, that there's some places where there's where they slaughter pigs, and more people are getting cancer in those areas than ever have, just because of the amount of gases that are being let off from these slaughterhouses. Like, we don't realize the magnitude of the things. We don't realize the recycling method of the world. Like, we want to know God, but do we truly know God? No, because we have pretty much, we have turned our backs on God. So if your wife or your husband, you come home and they not speaking to you, you feel like they done turned their back on you. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? You have to generally think about that. If the person that you love or that you want to see love from you. So I just want us to, you know, on that note, just think about that. When we talk about God, when we think about the church, when we think about building things, to actually think about it on that level. How do we feel if something turns our back? So if God has this special given greatness for your life, for you to live heaven on earth, but God realized, dang, you're ignoring everything that I'm trying to send to you. Now there is people here that the people that hear God clearly, man, we in a world where they gonna think you crazy. Like people will literally think you crazy because you'll be able to see their life, see everything in their life that they doing, everything they going through, because they looking at you from a lens just like looking at themselves.
But that's what they judging. Well, if a person tells you what you can't do, they're actually telling you what they can't do. Because if you willing to try it, why don't you help somebody who's trying? See, like, but if you was, see, I said this in my book, and I always like to say this because I say, how can a slave teach you how to be free when all they ever been is a slave? So they teach you how to be a slave. That's why if you trying to start a business, a black person gonna tell you 1,000 ways you gonna fail before they show you one way to succeed. And then they not gonna come patronize you. They gonna come want to give you something. They want you to give it to them for free. But then they be talking about why you went out of business. You ate me out of business, or you came and you ate all my food. You told people the food wasn't good. I mean, like we understand that we are people that wasn't taught to care for each other. We was taught to compete against each other. See, if you read that Willie Lynch letter, it'll tell you that, you got the young against the old. Now think about this. How can you be a Christian and you against a child? You're supposed to teach that child everything you know. But I done been on these jobs. Them people, because they needed the job. See, they didn't work the season. They worked till they died. So now when you came to the job, instead of them trying to get you through the job, they trying to get you away from the job because they want the man to see that they can do the job. But you say, man, you're a granddaddy now. I'm a father. If you ain't done already got yourself together before you a grandfather, why are you stopping me from taking care of my children? See what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Until you get into the situation, you think you got help, but you really don't have no help because the brother trying to hold on to his youth. See what I'm saying? Instead of him going and seeing the world and now, man, I done my season. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Like, see, my thing in my company, they took my retirement. So that's why my goal and my mission for my company is to make sure that everybody got a retirement. See, and I'm saying if you know the law, you can make it happen. But if you don't know the law, you're going to complain about it because you don't know what to do to make it happen. See what I'm saying? So you can't have the devil being the judge and you not being willing to be God. See, you got to be like Moses. You got to go before Pharaoh and you got to put them plagues on it. See, it's legal plagues on America, but see, y'all don't know what a legal plague is, you see, but what they do it to you, like the IRS will seize your checks. See, that's a plague. See, it's just a financial plague that only affects you. But in 2008, when they made that big clerical error, it affected everybody. And then they started lying. So where did the knowledge come from now? Wouldn't you be doomed to repeat that again? Because you know how many times America done bankrupted itself? America done been bankrupted over 4 times. See, the first Great Depression, then they got the tech bubble, 2008, and last year when they had to raise the debt ceiling. See, if you got to keep raising the debt ceiling, where the money coming from? You ever thought about it? See, you raise the debt ceiling, but you ain't got no money. So when the money start becoming counterfeit, it's only as valuable as the people who backs it. So now we all became slaves to debt.
Real. Man, with that said, man, hey, it's been a great time, man. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all came here and kicked it with us. Mr. Tommy Castle, knowledge is the key. God body, one love, man. Y'all make sure y'all